A viewer wants to know how he can greet girls that he doesn't know very well. And he's a little bit shy and he feels weird just walking up and hugging people, or shaking hands isn't really appropriate. I get that. And that whole hugging thing, hugging people you don't know well, that's just so odd and awkward. I mean, it's all because of those reality shows. They started this, and I don't like it because why would you hug someone you don't know? All right, it's too much too soon. And you're putting a lot on that potential relationship or friendship or whatever it is. Because you could never see this person again. It could be an acquaintance your whole life. You don't know that. And so now you've hugged them one time. Now you got to hug them every time you see them. And it's just weird. And then what if you're with somebody that you know really well and you don't ever hug them? So I say, forget it. Don't do it. Instead, just smile. Hi. That's it. You don't need to shake their hand. You don't need to hug them. All you need to do is smile. It's all in your facial expression. And it's not like, hi. It's hi. Your eyes just show some warmth. If you really, really act like you want to see this person, it will show in your facial expression. It really will. So, hi, how are you? Like you really mean it. And then ask questions about them. Not like an interrogation, as I've said in previous videos, but just getting to know this person, because then you won't have the dreaded lull, the lag in conversation, which everyone is so afraid of, especially when you first get to know someone. You're like, oh, I can't have that. I can't have a lull. I can't have any dead time in this conversation. So what do? You're either talking nonstop or you're firing off questions. You don't want to do that either. So ask a question. Something that would seem natural, something about where you are, who you know, what you're doing, your surroundings. If you're at somebody's house, oh gosh, I love what they did with the rec room. Oh, or how do you know so and so? Or haven't I seen you in my sociology class? Or don't you work in accounting? What do you think of the new brake system? Or just anything that you would have in common that would seem natural for you to ask this person. And then wait for the response and try to relate. Like if they say, I can't stand my boss. Now, don't get all gossipy here about the boss, but just say, well, I had a boss similar to that in my job in such and such city, and this is what I did, and this is how I handled it. Or I can't stand my neighbors. They're really bothering me. Okay, well, why don't you try? You see, if you could offer a little advice or share something that you did. Or if they say something about a movie, you could say, oh, yeah, I love that actor. In fact, did you see him in blah, blah, blah? And then you could talk about that movie. You see, so when you find even one thing that you remotely have in common, it gets a lot easier. And the trick is to really listen. I know I say that over and over again, but I mean it. Because when you're concentrating on what they're saying, not how you're looking, or oh, do I have such and such expression on my face, or do I seem interested? No, you don't worry about that. Because when you're really listening to what they're saying, you have the correct expression. And you're listening, and then you can add something, and you have a topic for next time. So you're not having the dreaded lull in conversation. And if you do, so what? Just think of some things ahead of time, because you know you're going to talk to this person. So in your mind, even if you write it down and keep it with you, you're not going to go over your notes. But if you write things down ahead of time, like an hour before you know you're going to come across this person, you can write down like 5 or 6 topics. Then you'll have it in your head more, and then you could think of what to talk about next. So my point is, it doesn't have to be perfect. Be yourself. Absolutely be yourself. Put yourself out there. If they don't like it, so what? You've weeded them out, as I always say. And if you flub up, so what? We all do. You're a little nervous. They know that. They're a little nervous. And it's okay. And whatever you do, don't do the postmortem. Don't go home and say, I did this, I shouldn't have done that. So what? It's over, it's done, move on. And however it is in your head, it's not nearly as bad. They're not giving it a second thought, I guarantee it.